everyone, I am starting a new series today, and it's all about how to get over your excuses and take back the control of your life, pretty much. So today I really wanted to talk a lot about time, because I have found in the past that I have in the past let my life run me instead of being proactive and me running my life. So I let things happen to me instead of like being the impetus that actually makes things happen. So one thing in particular is with time. So I am just like crazy busy, as all of you are, I'm sure, especially if you're a mom, a working mom, or a stay-at-home mom, or whatever. Like, our time is so valuable. We have such limited time. I talk to people all the time that literally going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and never have that time to just sit back and breathe or do something for themselves. And so with every one of these videos that I do for the next few days, I want to kind of start with a quote. And so these are quotes that I've heard that really had an impact on me, that I think of often whenever I get into my excuse mode, because I still do it, trust me. And this one is so saying that you don't have time to do something is kind of the equivalent of like the adult version of the dog ate my homework. Because most of the time, when we say we don't have time to do something, it's because we haven't made it a priority. So one of the things that I would recommend doing is next time you say as an excuse, and I'm going to use, just because I work out, so I'm going to use working out or fitness as just an example with time. So, you may, so let's just say I can't work out, I don't have time to work out. If you replace that, or any of your excuses, with not with I don't have time to work out, but with working out isn't a priority for me right now, or eating healthy isn't a priority for me right now, then it may make you see things in a different way. It may make you realize, well, actually, my health is important and it is a priority, but your actions are not making it a priority. You're not making the time for it. You're not making the time to squeeze in a 30-minute workout or an hour workout. You're not making time to prepare healthy meals and go, plan out your meals for the week and shop healthy, and possibly even prep your meals during the weekend, which at the time can seem like this big, huge task. But when you look at your week as a whole, it actually will save you a ton of time, because if you're prepping your meals on the weekend, then you're spending less time cooking in the kitchen during the week, which the weekdays are like crazy, crazy days when we have activities for the kids and work and all the stuff going on, and it's hard to do all that stuff during the week. And then, like, before you know it, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you cook dinner, you deal with your kids, and then you're going to bed again, and it gets to be a lot. So by taking time out during the weekend to prep is just an example of how you can make better use of your time. But if you make those things a priority, whatever is important to you, like literally sit down and come up with a list, maybe like a list of 10 things that you feel are a priority in your life. It may be work, could be your family, could be your health, either your mental health or your physical health. It could be your spirituality. Whatever you feel is like are priorities in your life, make a list of it, and then narrow that down to your top 3 priorities. And then kind of take a look and align that with your actions, your activities. Are the things that you consider to be your top 3 or 5 priorities things that you are actually making time for in your life? Because if we take a look at our schedules, I am going to be the first one to admit I like to watch TV and I like to surf on Facebook. But if I sit down and I have actually made logs, and I encourage you guys to do this too. Make a log. Just do it for a couple of days. Make a log of everything that you're doing throughout the day and how much time you're spending on it. Because chances are you're going to find pockets of time, windows of time, that you actually do have extra time where you could be doing something that's focusing on one of those 3 priorities. So that is one recommendation that I would definitely do. Like, make a log, because you may be spending a lot more time surfing Facebook or the internet or Pinterest or watching TV than you may realize, because that stuff adds up a lot, I've realized. So I've cut out, for me, it was TV. I've cut a lot of TV time out now, and I utilize that time to do other things that are on my priority list. I think that's a really good, effective way to just kind of do an assessment of where you're spending your time currently and maybe where you can redirect your focus on your top priorities. But when it does come to like fitness or any goal or any priority for that matter, like if you make a commitment to yourself and you schedule it on your calendar and you be very proactive about scheduling that time for yourself, you're going to be way more likely to make it happen, because this is a priority. You've established that it's a priority. You've scheduled that time for yourself, and then you're going to actually follow through with what you're doing. So running your life instead of letting your life run you. And that may mean you have to cut out other things. It could be TV, it could be social media, but it could also be like, is it a priority for you to take your kid to that birthday party? Not really. I mean, yeah, they want to go. It'd be fun, but is their life going to be over if you don't take them to that birthday party? No. In an hour, they're going to forget all about it. So just looking at some of the things and activities that you may be doing that are stuff that you don't really want to do and don't align with anything, and you're on your priority list, and just cutting that stuff out. This is still a work in progress for me. Like I said, I have a hard time saying no to people, so it's hard. It can be really hard. But if it's not aligning with what you want to accomplish, then, I mean, it really is kind of an unnecessary thing that we're doing to ourselves and putting ourselves through, and, we're letting our lives run us instead of us running our lives. But, again, like, just whatever your priorities are, tell yourself that doing that activity, whether it be working out or cooking healthy or prepping your food, that is a non-negotiable. Like, that is something that's not, from here on out, it's a non-negotiable. For me, it was working out. I used to say I didn't have time to work out, and really, when I'm taking a look back at, my old mindset, my own mentality, like, I just didn't want to make time for it, plain and simple. Not that I didn't really have the time. I was busy, sure, but I didn't want to make the time. It wasn't a priority for me, and I have acknowledged that. And then when it really became a priority for me, I now schedule the time every day. I make sure that those workouts happen every single day, because it is very high priority on my list, because I feel better when I do it. I'm a happier person when I do it. I treat people better when I do it. I'm a better mom. I work better. I have better focus. And I feel healthier, and I like the way I look my clothes better. So, I mean, it has a lot of positive effects because I'm making that a priority every day. So that is my first edition of the excuse series, is, really define time. Really define, when it comes to time, where your priorities are and what currently you're doing in terms of time, how much time you're setting aside for those priorities. Because if it's not a big part of your day or a part of your schedule at all, then you're not treating it like it's a priority. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But I definitely would go back, make a list of your priorities, make a log over the next couple of days, see what you're spending your time on and where you can find those hidden windows and pockets of time that you could possibly squeeze in whatever it is that is on your priority list. So I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything, but in the end, you guys deserve it, whatever it is that you have on your list, and you can make it happen. So go and do it. I will talk to you all soon, and I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of my Getting Over Your Excuses and Taking Back Your Life. Bye.